Welcome back to the Python series. In this video we are going to discuss about while loops. Generally loops are used to repeat particular tasks. So in the same way while loop is also used in situation where we need to repeat a particular block of statements or to do a particular task again and again. So generally for a while loop we have three main steps to be followed. The first step is to initialize the required variables, and the second step is while and then the condition, and the third step is writing the incrementation or decrementation depending upon the use. Let's take an example. Let's print Python for 5 times. We know this just by placing a print statement for copy this and paste this for 5 times, we will get Python for 5 times. So how can we use while loop here? So for this, first we need to initiate a variable. So here after printing each and every time, we'll have to count, right? This is first time, this is second time, this is third time, fourth time, and so on. For this we have just initiated a variable I, and then now while I less than or equals to 5 indentation, and after printing each time we have to increment the I value, I plus 1. Here we forgot the colon, so let's run this. Here we can see we got Python 5 times. So now let's print the even numbers which are less than or equals to 10. So here for this we can use if conditional statements. If I mod 2 equals to 0, then print I. So here indentation is very important. So now let's run this. Oh, here we forgot to keep the colon. So let's run this. So here we can see we got the even numbers which are less than or equals to 10. So and we can also use else in while looping statements. Generally we use else for if conditional statements, right? Then how can we use else here, and what is the use of, or what is the benefit of using else here? So let's take a small example. Else print else block. Generally else after looping statements are used to test whether the entire loop or entire program is completely executed or not. In general, else is also used at the end of a program while testing it. So let's verify this. If I equals to 6, you can just break the loop. Break is a keyword that is used to break or terminate the loop. So let's run this. Here we can see 2, 4 and then 6. So here I is equal to 6, so that it break the loop and come out of the loop. So here else is not executed. So we can use else to check whether the loop is completely executed or not. So we can also print the tables, that is 2 table or 3 table or 4 table using while loop. So let's print a 2 table, I equals to 2, and then let's take another variable j, j equals to 1, then let's print I multiplication symbol, and then comma, j, comma, equals to symbol, and then comma, I multiplied by j. So let's run this. Oh, we got this. Why we got this? Let's stop this. Here we forgot to increment j value, j plus 1. So this is the reason why we told the third step as increment or decrement. If you don't do this step, then it will loop for infinite times. So now let's run this. Here we can see we got two tables, 2 1s, 2 2 2s, 4 2 3 6 2 4 8 10 and on so on. So we can also find the factorial of a number using the same technique. So now let's find the factorial of a number. So first let's clear this. So now let's take a variable fact equals to 1, and then n will be the number, and space equals to int of input of, enter the number. So we can take the while loop here, while n greater than or equals to 1, just do fact equals to fact multiplied by number n. And each and every time after that, n equals to n minus 1. Now let's sort this manually. Here we took a variable fact equals to 1, and then n is the input from the user, while n greater than or equals to 1. So the given number is greater than or equals to 1. Fact equals to fact multiplied by n. Here initially fact is 1, and then 1 multiplied by, let's take the input as 4, 1 multiplied by 4. So 1 into 4 is 4, that 4 is stored in this fact. After that n equals to n minus 1. This means now n becomes 3. So here at present n is 3. 3 greater than or equals to 1. The condition is true, so that fact equals to previous fact is 4 into 3, that is 12, and n is decremented again, so n becomes 2 now. N is greater than or equals to 1, again true, so fact equals to fact into n, that is 12 into 2, 24, and now n is decremented, so that n becomes 1. 1 is greater than or equals to 1, so that fact equals to fact into n, that means 24 into n is 1, and now n is n minus 1, that is 0. 0 greater than or equals to 1. So here it stops. So let's run this. Let's give input as 4. Oh, sorry. Here we haven't printed the fact finally. Just print fact. So let's, sorry, it's a variable. So let's run this. Let's give the number 4 and enter. Here we can see we got 24. So this is how we can find the factorial of a number using while loop. So now let's see the concept of nested while loops. Let's print 1 to 10 digits in same line for 10 times. Let's take the variable I equals to 1. I for counting the number of times completed, and then while I less than or equals to 10, let's take another variable j equals to 1, and then while loop while j less than or equals to 10, we have to print j. And how can we print on same line? For this we can use this end space equals to double quotes, inside them give a space. After that increment j equals to j plus 1. And then after that we have to move to the new line so that we can print just this for new line. After that we can increment the I value, I plus 1. So let's run this first. Here we can see we got 1 to 10 digits in same line 10 times. So what we did here we took I, a variable, and then while loop. I is for counting the number of times completed, that is 1 line completed, 2 lines completed, 3 lines, that is the number of times. And then j is for the numbers inside. J is 1. Firstly j is 1, while j less than or equal to 10, condition is satisfied, so we will print 1 here. And then we'll not move to the next line, we'll just place a space. After that j is incremented, j equal to j plus 1. Again it will go to the loop. J is 2 now, 2 less than or equals to 10, condition satisfied, so we'll place 2 here and then space. Now j is 3, condition satisfied, so we will print 3 on the same line. And now j is 4, condition satisfied, so 4 is printed in the same line. And then j is 5, so it is repeated again and again and again up to 10 digits from 1 to 10. After that this is used to just move the interpreter to the next line. After 10 it will move to the next line, so that I is 1. That is nothing but first time completed, so that I becomes 2 again, so second time it starts. Or else we can use 0 here and then remove this equal to and then do the same. We can also get the same output here also. And note that here I is used as a iterator for counting purpose, that is first time completed, second time completed, like that.